The Factory Must Grow. From Starter to Megabase, Episode 6, Steel and Brick. So the steel and brick will enable me to start building a few interesting things. First off, the assembler 2s, which will increase my production rates on everywhere I use them. And secondly, it will be producing steel furnaces, which will increase my smelting rates. These existing lines I'm not going to be upgrading, but it means the new lines are going to be half as long, which is helpful. Now, the steel line will be as long, but it's going to have 2 full half belts here. Let's lay that out really quick and see what it looks like. I did a revision of it really quick in my main blueprint area, so let's pick that up and make a copy and put that in the game blueprints book here. So you go away, and you go back in here, and now I'm going to drop you down. What I reasoned was I could make this area a little bit more compact by using the undergrounds. In fact, you don't need that one. So this looks a lot like a lane balancer, with the exception that I have not put a balancer on the bottom there. I'm going to go ahead and put that down there, because this construct up here takes the left lane and the right lane and splits them off onto the near lanes of both of these. So this assures that I have balanced stuff going down. This inserter will be placing coal on this belt, which is going to get split out to both ways. So yeah, I would prefer to do that somewhere other than before this balancer, but we'll see if that works. So before we go out and start making things, I need to check my inventory quantities here. Now that I have this mall, I need to be going down here to pick up stuff. Obviously, I need more undergrounds. I will have more in the boxes than I really want. So let's limit ourselves to 100 of each for now. And plenty of those. I am going to fill myself up to 1 stack of each of those. And several stacks of these. Call it 3 stacks. That's good. There's some extra stuff that I don't really need to be carrying on me. I don't need all of this stone and coal right now. That gives you some room to work. And last, I need the miners, because I will be putting down miners. Oh, before I go do that, let's blueprint down the stone furnaces as well. For brick, I only need 8 furnaces worth. So we're just going to clip that much of it. There. Our inputs are there and there. So for the iron, I'm going to use my area south of my equator line. Just because we can. And let's go ahead and plumb this one over. So that iron will be ready when we're ready to do it. The stone, we are going to need not a lot of stone, actually less than half a belt actually. So I'm going to just use one of my smaller mines here for the moment. We'll just toss him in like that. Can I put him below that power? Yeah, boom. I'm pretty sure that this is more stone than we can smelt. Oh, that's right. We also passed through the remainder of the half lane. So this is, yeah, we want a half lane coming down. That's good enough. We could put one more machine on there if we wanted. And I will put one more machine on and then crunch it so that I know it's a half belt. There. So we know this is only going to be one lane of stone. So now we have a problem that making that turn is going to be a little tricky. You almost need to do this. Yuck. Yuck, 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 yuck. So, with that in mind, what I'm going to do is reserve some space here a little bit. I'm thinking that we'll probably have a few more lines of the copper coming through, and then let's have one line of stone here, and then let's have our copper coming through. And if I have more lines of copper, I can bring them through above here. There's going to be more lines of copper, I know that already. Yeah. How many lines of copper am I likely to have? Well, I do have backup copper over here that I can loop up. But let's plan on, say, 8 lines of copper coming down. And I can jam them together like that. It makes it harder to get across that, but I don't think we're going to be going across it. I do think that the first lane needs to come down on this first lane, though. What are we researching here? Modules. I know I need productivity modules and speed modules. Let's get some lab research speed going too. Anything else here I'm interested in? Accumulators. Mining productivity. That's about it. Now all of this copper that is on this line, I really want to turn it around and move it to the other line. And now I need to create more transport belts. The other ones look good enough. I think we're good. We're just using a lot of transport belts right now. Okay, so there's our copper line. And let's blueprint this a little bit. We are going to need a bunch of those. I think I said 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, just in case. Gosh, I hope that's enough iron. If it's not, well, I think that's all the lanes I can pull from that area. So if that's not enough, we'll have to pull them from somewhere else. There we go. We can leave those ghosted for now. Let's make sure I did the right distancing here. There. Yes, that's correct. So I will have to remember that this line, which I'm leaving down, is the rightmost copper line. Oh, this is already... Yeah, we may have to sneak this guy up a little bit. So... he's at 16. Yeah. How are these guys doing? Yeah, this is not looking like it's going to last for very much longer. I'm going to go ahead and put in this next row up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So most of these are out like here. Let's drop it in there. Maybe over 1. Yeah. So the other thing is that I do want this to be one-laned. And I actually want it to be on the other side of that lane. There we go. So we're going to drain these lower guys, then we're going to shift over to this next one up. And now we're ready to drop the stone in. Right here. This does not reach, so we're going to have to do something in there special. This again is 1/2 lane of stone. And that comes over to here. Okay, so now we can start building these guys. And we are out of belts again. My goodness. Okay, so there's the belts. Now to get the power laid out. Now there's an easy way of setting up these steel areas. You stripe the whole thing down, going right to left on the outputs, and then you set up the left to right ones just along like that. And I forgot to put in that inserter, which means it's going to be a while before our coal catches up. But in theory, if I've done this right, this should smelt an entire belt of iron into 2/10 of a belt of steel once I've upgraded it to the other guys. So there's our steel. This will produce our brick. Let's get it going too. And we are going to want to put this in some boxes. We only want the stone from this side. So by doing this, the coal will not flow into the underground, and the stone will flow under the hood and over to here. So this works perfectly. And the other way you could do this is like that. These I'm going to limit to 2 stacks. And I'm going to want some outputs. There. So now we have a belt that has stone on one side and brick on the other. And now that I think of it, let's make these huge. I am wondering, when I set this up, the original version of this had a blue inserter inserting onto this guy. I'm wondering if this is just not going to be good enough. Yeah, let's do that. And put a blue inserter right like that. And now we gotta get power to it somehow. There. So now this will be putting the coal on this belt here, and it will flow down. So everybody gets it eventually. So the next thing that we want in terms of build is I need to combine steel with brick, and I also want to have a way of sneaking steel out of, well, steel will go down, let's see, like this, and I want to send brick out to the left somehow. Not sure how. Because it needs to appear elsewhere. Purple science, I think. Maybe, I'm not sure where that is. Yeah, we need to bring them out somewhere, but I'm not sure where. But our best bet is to have it here in this spaghetti area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this guy the steel like this, and I want to have it making steel furnaces, and he will need an output, so I'll just do that. These are generally just going to be used up in this area, up to the upper right, as we upgrade our steel area and our brick area, and we have more smelters that are going to use it. And I literally do not know where this needs to go. So what I'm going to do is that, and later on we can do something here in this reserved area to peel off stone and brick somewhere. Okay. Head up here and Shift C. That doesn't drop enough stuff. There we go. So now we're no longer carrying stone, which is great. I am going to stop making stone furnaces because we are not using those anymore. We're now going to shift over to using these steel furnaces wherever possible. And this guy should be, okay, let's see, in items per second. This has a capacity of 3.75 per second. We only need 1 or 1 2/3. So really, two blue inserters pulling the brick and one blue inserter pulling yeah, let's use the normal stuff where we can. So I needed this guy to come down here and across. Like that. One blue inserter for that, and we're going to upgrade this. Let's do two. Now this needs to come down and get used by this guy. Let's see, what does he need? In terms of fast inserters, he needs half an inserter from here. That's fine. He needs 1.2 of them. Okay, so we are fine there. He needs a bit over two fast inserters. So this is not going to be running at speed. That's fine. So what's the most critical thing to do here? We want to upgrade the copper wire because it really is a 3-to-2 ratio here. That makes it a little better. These machines in the middle, I want to increase the speed on them. Oh, and the science. Science is always a good investment. And that gives us a whole bunch more of these. Okay. Is there anything else I want to do here? Let's finish up these guys. I know, efficiency modules are not used in speed runs. Okay, so I think that's our critical modules, our critical assemblers upgraded. Insert this for a second and see if there's anybody that is potentially lagging behind. Well, the mall isn't something I can really eyeball and say what needs more. But yeah, we're good. Where'd that go? There we are. Okay. And now we have a bunch of steel smelters. Well, 16 of them. Let's start on this. There. I think that's good. Check that our chests are limited here. Yep, good, good, good. Oh, let's carry some of those. And let's call that. So that's steel and brick. And our time is just short of 3 hours.